few clear folds, the queen 6 off, we would most likely just fold. At this short effective stack, we could also flat a min-raise. Queen 10 off, I elect to open shove. This is a little bit tricky because we're definitely not going to open fold queen 10 off, but at this effective stack, it's a difficult decision if he 3-bet shoves, and so I elected to seize an unexploitable Nash shove. He makes a good call with the ace 6 offsuit, but even in this case, it's not so bad. We're not a huge underdog. And he takes it. But we get right back to the races with our queen 10 off, which we're going to 3-bet shove if he makes a small raise. But instead he open folds. Ace 2 off, I actually prefer raise calling, similar to before, so we're preventing ourselves from getting exploited. In the actual hand, for whatever reason, it is open shoved, which is fine too. Again, we're definitely showing a profit. But those are the two alternatives. 4-2 off, we're definitely just tossed on the button. We're not playing chunk hands against this guy. He's 3-bet shoving too wide for that. Make a loose call pre with the jack 7 off, but if we flop pretty much any piece, we'll have a good check shove opportunity. He checks back. When he checks back, his range is pretty rich in ace high, king high type hands. If he had worse than that, he most likely would c-bet because he wouldn't care all that much if he got check shoved off the hand. So what we're going to do is we're going to bluff a lot of turns. In particular, if the turn is any low card or pairs the flop, then we're going to bluff at it. Ace is a bad card for us, and so we check fold. Very consistent here the way he's representing the ace. He doesn't necessarily have it, but we just give it to him. Check for a suited. For 11 blinds is a Nash shove, and so I just take it rather than raise fold, since the hand is too weak to raise call. Ace jack, we're going to happily call an all in or 3-bet shove. Really too short to do much else. 3-2 suited, we toss. Same with the 4 deuce suited. King jack off, we're definitely not folding. He raises small and we shove. We would have called an all in as well. The 9 queen off, we're again going to 3-bet shove. King 4 off is too deep to open shove for 13 or 14 blinds. We don't really want to fold King X on the button, and so I just raise fold. Raise with the plan of folding, that is. And a lot of players, I think, get kind of impatient and sometimes just start shoving a hand like this, and it's not going to be profitable to do so. This guy is probably calling us with something close to the Nash range, in which case this won't be a profitable shove. And so while it does suck to raise and get shoved off the hand, I feel that raise fold is the best line here. King 10, I elect to raise call. So this is pretty weak to raise fold. We definitely have an unexploitable open shove. And this is a little bit on the cusp. If we have a hand like ace 10, we would very happily raise call. But he's been 3-bet shoving very wide. And so I think we have a profitable raise call opportunity. None of the other options are that great. Well, raise fold certainly is not a good option, so if we're not going to raise call, we pretty much open shove. So those are the two options here. And I elect to raise call. And look like a badass when he has king 8, if I might add. So that worked out nicely. And kind of a close one again. If you want to just open shove that, no problems there. So now we take a big chip lead. And again, we don't want to get impatient, so a lot of players just want to finish the guy off, but we're going to be sticking with Nash ranges. If we had a hand like 3-2 off, I would just open fold it here, despite a 4-blind effective stack. Obviously, king 8 suited, we shove. He hits the river. And now 9 blinds deep. 7 blinds deep at this point. We're pretty much going to be playing a shove fold game. Any ace, of course, will be an easy shove. But we're not going to get out of control. I like to fold the 5 deuce suited, which is actually quite close. So if you look at Nash, these low suited semi-connectors are kind of all over the place in terms of max effective stack depth to shove. And so I just fold. Close one though.